Collective. I already pre-shuffled, so I'm not going to shuffle that one. Okay. What's my message, Spirit? First card out, only you. Devoted, attached, crave. I'm just pausing with this card because it's really speaking to me. You see how we see like the shadow of both of these people with the sunset or sunrise, whatever it is behind them. I feel like this is very prophetic right now. Like y'all are about to come out of a very dark period with a lot of trials, a lot of tribulations where you just really couldn't see where you were going. You couldn't see, you didn't know for sure if y'all were going to be back together. You had faith, but it's just been a very trying time. I'm getting emotional for some reason. I'm channeling a lot of sadness, a lot of doubt, a lot of fear. Next card is karma. Consequences, cause, effect, and debts. I see a rope here, like somebody broke free. All debts have been paid. That's what I hear. There was some karmic baggage. There were some things, some contracts you and your person had to resolve in order to be able to move forward in life. Look, influences, third parties, attachments. This karma is karmic debt related to these third parties. This is one, it could be choosing a third party over your twin flame. Two, it could just be soul contracts that you came into this life with that had to be resolved before you could reunite with your twin flame. Soul contracts that taught you lessons, taught the third party lessons. You may have had to have kids with other people. This is very sacred work. A woman's womb is a portal, and her having a child for a man is helping to heal his lineage when she's in her divine feminine energy. Okay, when she's integrated. Otherwise, she can add a lot of karmic baggage to that man's lineage, especially if she has sons. But the daughters propel forward the mother's growth and healing into the next generation. It gets so deep, but we're talking about mitochondrial DNA. You pass it along to your sons, but they don't pass it to their children. Your daughters pass it to their children. This is the powerhouse in the cell. If you really take the biophysics out of it and just think about energy, mitochondria is energy. It powers the cell. Well, what are we? We are all energy. So this is passing on your worldviews, your epigenetics, your trauma, your wisdom, your strength. You know, all of this is passed down through the genes. So these karmic contracts had to be resolved, especially for those of you that are going on to have children with your twin flame. You cannot pass that karmic baggage to them. It would defeat the whole purpose. Their purpose is to ascend, to help the global collective frequency ascend even further than you did in your lifetime with what you had to offer. So I know that was a long explanation, but you know Nessa is going to get deep, and there was a reason for the pain. If you don't take anything else from what I'm saying, take that. There was a reason for the pain. Let's continue with this message. Next card is running. Ghosting, disappearing, invisible. It's coming right after third party attachments. This person is, one, trying to get out of a third party situation, most likely. Two, they could have been running from your connection for quite some time. With disappearing and invisible, somebody could have ghosted somebody. And invisible, it's just very triggering with you and this person. Both of you guys tend to make the other person feel unchosen. You're twin flames, so you trigger each other. And there's some wounds of feeling unseen and unchosen here. Abandonment, even just like being on a hamster wheel and never getting ahead, feeling like you've worked on these things and worked on these things and worked on these things, but at the end of the day, they never seem to quite give you the validation that you actually need. And you know, that's on purpose because Spirit wants you to learn how to do this for yourself consistently. Your twin cannot save you. If you need your twin to save you, you will never come into reunion with them. You must learn how to make yourself feel safe and chosen and first and loved and all these things. But beyond that, even when you reunite with your twin, it's very easy to get triggered in those wounds because they fit you perfectly, the good and the bad. So it can always be triggering. You see how we have another shadow figure here? There's a lot in this reading coming out with facing your shadow. Facing your shadow with these karmic contracts and dealing with whatever it is you're running from. Next card is obsession, infatuation, adoration, and addiction. Now we start to come into the light a little bit. You see how you can see their faces, but yet it's still dark? This is getting closer to reunion. This is that magnetization where divine masculine just feels uncontrollably drawn to divine feminine. Divine feminine is in her power. She's magnetic. She's attractive. She's sultry. She's seductive without even trying. She's literally a siren. And she attracts her masculine. It is like the gravitational pull of a planet. You can't stop it. You can't deny it. And no matter who was running, this is when things start to shift. When you start facing that shadow, which is why they're getting a little bit more light and a little bit more light. Reunion is close for somebody here. Then you have beauty, charming, graceful, kind-hearted, and we can see her clearly now. This is a divine feminine card in this deck for me. And it means that she has integrated her light and shadow. She's walking in a place of sovereignty. And of course, following obsession, divine masculine is feeling a bit of obsessive thoughts about divine feminine. And it could go the other way too. Divine feminine might be feeling some obsessive thoughts about divine masculine. So our next card out is past life. Deja vu, repeated patterns. And divine feminine went first. She started integrating those karmic lessons, closing these contracts, dealing with shit that she had been carrying from several past lives, opening the door for her divine masculine to go through and do the same. Healing is next. They're both healing at an astronomical rate, releasing, purifying, cleansing, getting out of these contracts mentally, emotionally, physically, financially, spiritually, deciding that I'm moving on. Then you got distracted, sidetracked, change, and delays. It's not linear. It takes time. And it's not A, B, C, D, right? This thing goes so many different ways, and you can really feel stuck sometimes. Like, why can't I get rid of this bitch? Why can't I get rid of this man? It's all to teach you about you. It's all to prepare you for your sovereignty. It's to prepare you. And what do I mean when I say that? What is sovereignty? Why do you need sovereignty? Sovereignty isn't just about walking around stuck up thinking you're the shit, right? Sovereignty increases your capacity to manage things. Think of a sovereign king or queen. They're in that position, ideally, because they have the capacity to lead the entire kingdom. They have mastered leading themselves. They've mastered leading their family. Now we're branching out into the community. If you can't control your actions, if you can't emotionally regulate, if you can't respond versus react for yourself, how could you lead a family? How could you lead a group of families, and how could you lead a kingdom? This is sovereignty. Sovereignty is your ability to handle more. Your capacity is enlarged. You've managed $1,000 well several times. So now let's try to give you 10,000. And when you manage that well several times, let's give you 25,000. And this is sovereignty. Working your way up. And you're going at the pace of your nervous system. Your nervous system is what tells the universe what you can handle. It's what tells you what you can handle as well. If your nervous system is set to fight or flight all the time, your cortisol levels are high, you're not regulated, you're constantly dysregulated and unable to really hear yourself even think for all your thoughts and feelings, you can't handle unconditional love. You can't handle true abundance. You can't handle walking by faith. So sidetrack makes sense because this is almost like a pause in the game. And listen, I know this shit doesn't help you when you just want to get out of this shit. Trust me, I know. You don't want to hear all these good platitudes when you just want to be free. You just want to be able to move on with your life. You don't want to hear all of this. I know. But this is why Saturn is the planet of restriction, and Saturn is over karma and karmic debts. It goes slow. It tests you at each level to make sure you're ready to go to the next level so that you don't collapse. Next is confusion, and there's confusion as to why these setbacks are here. Why can't I get out of this? Why am I being stuck here? Uncertain, unclear, unsure. What other lesson could I possibly have to learn being stuck with this man or being stuck with this woman? Commitment, being stuck in this fruitless marriage, this lifeless place. I'm ready to get out of this. I'm ready to move on. Conflicted decisions, hot and cold, multiple choices. How do I do this? Boundaries. Drawing the line enough. I feel restricted. Should I cross? Should I stay? Apology. Asking God for forgiveness. Asking you for forgiveness. Forgiveness, return, and sorry. I'm sorry that I'm being kept from you. I'm sorry that I'm delayed. Longing, craving, aching, wanting. I want so bad to be with you. I feel like I can't. I feel like I don't know how to get out of this. Distance, separation, blockage, space. I long to be with you. I long for your touch. You feel so far from me. I feel like I'm literally cut off from being happy because I don't have you. You're everything to me, baby. And I feel this person wanting to come through, so I'm just channeling. You're everything to me, baby. There's no timeline in which I don't find you. There's no timeline in which I'm not with you as your husband or your wife. I love you. I know you feel rejected. I know you feel abandoned and dismissed, but your fears are irrational because I want you just as much as you want me. Fantasy. Oops. Fantasy. Daydreaming about you. About making peace with you. Coming into balance. You're my best friend. That's what I hear. You're my best friend. You have family here, and then you have finality. I'm ending this. You can have kids with this person, this third party. I'm ending this, baby. I've already made my decision. You have realization, mistake, and conflict. I know I made a mistake. I know I never should have been there, baby. I never should have got them pregnant. I never should have married them. I made a mistake, and I'm paying for it. There's incompatibility here with conflict. Clashing differences. We're so different. I don't get along with them. I don't like them. They don't really like me. We're just stuck here with each other. They don't want to let me go. intuition here. Heart song, telepathy, and inner knowing. Hoping. You have expecting, faith, and manifesting. I'm trying to let you know that I want this just as much as you do. I'm trying to bring this forward just like you are, baby. I'm running into resistance with the delays and the setbacks, and I'm in pain because of it. Resistance, you have secret admirer, suppressing here. This is, I watch you from a distance. I love you. I totally want to give you my all, and I'm in pain because I'm being kept from you, from these life circumstances. Then you have twin flame and soulmate that came out back to back. This is deep because this is, not only are you my twin, that's the most beautiful relationship, right? But you're my best friend. Like, I'm not running from you. I'm not afraid to face this connection. I'm not afraid to call you my twin, call you my wife, my husband. There's a deep love between the two of us. There's a deep connection. There's unity here. You see how they're head to head and how they're fully in the light now? No more shadow. This is understanding the direction that you're going, both being on the same page, both working in harmony, telepathically. Truly, this is an unstoppable energy because it's not asking for permission.